I used to think I was a smart traveler. Book early, pack light, and check in online. But on one trip, I paid extra just to sit next to my wife. Another time, my cheap flight doubled after a few clicks. Then came the last-minute gate change that had me sprinting past overpriced shops I never meant to visit. That's when it hit me that these aren't random annoyances. They were calculated moves. Airlines weren't just flying planes, they were playing games. And once I saw the patterns, I couldn't unsee them. Here are 13 airport secrets airlines use to quietly trick passengers every day. Let's dive into it. Number 1. Personalization and AI-powered offers. Airlines are increasingly using big data to customize pricing and offers for each passenger. Tools now exist that adjust fares based on your profile, from browsing history to the device you use. Experts note that if you search on a premium device like a MacBook, the algorithm may quote a higher price than for someone on a budget laptop. Carriers also employ AI models that bundle tickets with amenities tailored to what they think you'll pay for. For example, seat upgrades, lounge access. In practice, this means two passengers on the same flight see different deals. One might be shown a cheap bare-bones fare, while another is offered a more expensive premium bundle that looks like better value. These personalized, data-driven tactics let airlines nudge passengers toward higher spending options under the guise of a special offer. Number 2. Surprise change and cancellation fees. In addition to baggage charges, airlines hide the true cost of flexibility. Until recently, you often only learn about expensive change or cancellation penalties after buying. The DOT's latest rule requires carriers to explain all change-cancel fees before purchase, because these junk fees have ballooned and confused travelers. Airlines routinely tack on high fees to rebook or refund flight fees so lucrative that officials say they mislead passengers about ticket costs. In short, the initial fare is a lure, and then the airline upsells. You must change your plans, pay extra in later screens or at the counter. Passengers are now expected to save over $500 million annually once airlines fully disclose these hidden fees. Number 3. Dynamic pricing. Airline fares rarely stay fixed. Modern revenue management systems constantly adjust ticket prices based on supply and demand, often in fractions of a minute. As one industry analysis explains, carriers have very high fixed costs and low extra costs per passenger, so they aim to sell every seat at the highest price possible. Airlines monitor things like how many seats remain, competitor prices, the time of day, even weather or big events, and reprice accordingly. The result is that two people searching the same flight at different times or on different devices can see very different fares. The Department of Transportation is even probing surveillance pricing, where personal factors feed these algorithms. In practice, dynamic pricing tricks passengers by making fares appear to rise for almost every search action. Number 4. Psychological pricing and scarcity tactics. Airlines exploit cognitive biases to nudge you into buying quickly. For example, booking sites often show messages like, "Only one seat left at this price," or countdown timers triggering a fear of missing out. Behavioral economists explain that when a deal is framed as scarce or limited time, buyers pay more than they would otherwise. Airlines also use the decoy effect. They might price an expensive premium cabin option with fewer perks, purely to make a slightly cheaper premium ticket seem like a great bargain. Such presentation tricks, high anchor prices, and fake scarcity are designed so passengers irrationally choose higher fares or expensive add-ons just to avoid losing out, even though the real cost is inflated by design. Number 5. Drip pricing and decision fatigue. Booking air travel requires many choices, and carriers take advantage of this decision fatigue. They will often reveal fees incrementally as you click further. One study found that when extra charges are dripped into the checkout process, many customers simply accept them rather than start over. For instance, you may pick a flight for $200, then only after next do you see it's actually $200 plus $40 baggage plus $30 seat, and it's too late to rewind. By the 4th or 5th click, people are tired of shopping and just pay the new total. This step-by-step fee revelation, rather than quoting the full price up front, is a deliberate airline strategy to rack up sales before travelers realize how much they're actually spending. Number 6. Online upsells, seats, bags, and bundles. Airlines unbundle services and push each upgrade during booking. What used to be free, assigned seats, carry-ons, etc., now costs extra. Travel agents and airline booking portals bombard you with optional add-ons. Choose your seat, checked baggage, priority boarding, Wi-Fi, meals, travel insurance, and more. This is by design. Carriers advertise rock-bottom base fares, then attempt to double or triple the final ticket price through these a la carte fees. Industry data shows ancillary services now bring in roughly $55 billion per year for airlines. In effect, airlines train customers to check out looking at a cheap fare and then quietly upsell until the cost is far higher. Number 7. Priority boarding and lounge fees. Beyond check-in, airlines still sell extras right up to boarding. For example, instead of letting all passengers line up, airlines entice you to buy early boarding to grab overhead bin space. As one expert notes, travelers are often offered priority boarding for a fee, which appeals especially to those with big carry-ons. Similarly, lounge access or seat upgrades are pitched at the gate or during check-in. These paid perks both generate revenue and influence passenger behavior. Those who decline are left at the gate longer, often browsing overpriced shops while others jump the line. Selling priority access is little more than monetizing convenience and space, a subtle trick to make everyone feel they're paying extra to be treated like a first-class traveler. Number 8. Overbooking and bumped passengers. Airlines routinely oversell flights, selling more tickets than there are seats to avoid flying with empty seats. This is legal and standard practice. When no-shows fail to materialize, the airline replaces them with standby passengers. But if more people show up than seats, someone has to go. The carrier first asks for volunteers to give up seats, offering vouchers or cash. But if none volunteer, the airline will involuntarily bump passengers. By overselling, airlines effectively ensure near-full flights every time, increasing revenue. While passengers see this as an annoying surprise, from the airline side, it's an algorithmic efficiency. The risk of paying someone to miss a flight is cheaper than flying half-empty. Number 9. Airport layout and gate assignments. Many airports, often in partnership with airlines, design terminals to maximize your spending. Terminals funnel travelers past duty-free shops, restaurants, and kiosks, so everyone spends more time and money before boarding. Research confirms that placing flights in certain terminals or gates dramatically affects retail revenue. For instance, a study at Incheon Airport found that reallocating low-cost carrier flights from a sparse budget terminal into the main terminal could raise duty-free sales by millions of dollars per year. In practice, passengers assigned to distant or poorly supplied gates may ignore shops, while those at premium gates circulate through bustling concourses. Airlines and airports exploit this by making passengers walk through shopping areas, even at security checkpoints, to capture impulse buys before boarding. Number 10. Flight delays and downtime shopping. Unexpected delays are frustrating for flyers, but they're a windfall for airlines and airport retailers. In 2024, roughly 37% of U.S. flights were delayed, with the average departure held up by about 38 minutes. Each delay forces passengers to linger in terminals, turning idle time into shopping time. As one retail analysis explains, flight delays offer a clear upside to shops. Stranded travelers buy snacks, magazines, or souvenirs to pass the time. Airlines benefit indirectly from this arrangement. Delays encourage spending on services, Wi-Fi, food, retail, that share revenue with carriers or simply keep frustrated customers captive. In effect, airlines have little incentive to solve congestion. Every minute a flight is held, an airport retailer and sometimes the carrier itself is profiting. Number 11. Family seating fees. Some carriers charge parents an extra fee to ensure a child sits with them, a policy now called out as a junk fee. New FAA law specifically forbids charging a fee for a child, 13 or under, to sit next to an accompanying adult. Until that change, airlines quietly tacked on a family seating fee in booking systems to force kids together. The DOT noted it will ban these charges as they add up to $200 per family on round trips for no legitimate cost. In plain terms, airlines treated seating a baby by dad as premium service. This shady tactic went on behind the scenes, only becoming clear when regulators acted to end it. Number 12. Hidden city and routing tricks. Airline fare structures sometimes make direct flights cost more than indirect ones, a counterintuitive trick that traps travelers. Due to inventory controls, a non-stop flight to City A can be pricier than a flight to City B that connects through City A, even if both get you to City A. This means a journey that technically goes farther with a stop might be cheaper than a simple non-stop. Airlines exploit this by pressuring travelers to pay extra for convenience. Some travel hackers buy the cheaper connecting ticket and skip the last leg, but carriers frown on that practice. In sum, the way airlines assign seat inventory to routes and connections can artificially inflate prices on the most convenient options. Number 13. Hidden baggage fees. Airlines often advertise a low ticket price but rely on baggage fees to boost profits. According to federal data, U.S. carriers collected a record $7.27 billion in checked baggage fees in 2024. In fact, the Department of Transportation notes that baggage revenues grew faster than other airline revenues, rising over 30% between 2018 and 2022. Put simply, passengers end up baited by low base fares and then hit with steep charges for things that used to be included, like the first or second checked bag. New DOT rules now force airlines to disclose these junk fees up front, but historically carriers have kept them tucked away in fine print, so flyers pay much more than the advertised price. Now that you've seen how airlines and airports quietly steer your every move, it's hard to unsee it, isn't it? These aren't accidents, they're finely tuned systems built to take more of your time, money, and patience. But the moment you understand their playbook, you stop being the easy target, so next time you're at the airport, you'll spot the traps before you fall into them. If this helped you see things differently, let me know in the comments, because the more we share, the harder it becomes for these tricks to keep working. Safe travels and stay sharp out there.